from Stoner Studios in the middle of nowhere in Alabama. Today we have a big show today. We have Josh Burns. He's fighting in the main event in BKFC. We have Billy Swanson. He's up and coming mixed martial artist. UFC, Bellator's looking at him. He's got a big fight coming up. And we got Lorenzo Hunt. And Lorenzo Hunt reminds me of Mike Tyson. I swear to God. And he's about to wreak havoc in the next bare knuckles event. And while we're waiting on Josh, we're going to get him on at 12 while I'm getting everything set up. Let's talk about the Jake Paul fight. I'm going to let you. First off, do you think it was rigged?
Yeah, 100%. That shit was fake as hell.
Yeah. You know who the only winner of the whole show is?
Ben Askren.
Ben fucking Askren.
Dude got paid to get beat up by a YouTube star, a fucking Disney Channel original movie star.
Yeah. So who do you think right now is he going to fight? Do you think they were trying to set him up a bigger fight to get him a guaranteed win? Because I mean, Ben's been hit a lot harder than that. It doesn't even look like it was flush. I mean, it was not even. I mean,
and he looked good once he stood up. He looked good. The ref made him walk towards him, and then fumbling a little bit, and then called the fight. I mean.
So what do you think?
If it's rigged, at least rig it in like the third round. Let those people that actually paid money to watch it.
He said he would knock him out in under 2 minutes in the first round.
He did.
That's why they said it. And you know what's funny? Did you see Ben's interview?
Mm-mm.
He after the fight, he said he let down not the MMA community, he let down the whole world because everybody has Jake Paul. But he didn't even look messed up. I mean,
he was fine.
Genius. And also, he's got 1 million followers on Instagram now. His wife's got 1 million followers. They're drawing $20K a month. I would love to fight. I would fight Mike Tyson for that much money.
I'd fight anyone for that.
Is he looking for a fight? I mean, they're saying he's looking for a fight. But no, who do you want to see fight? I mean, who do you want to see him fight?
I don't care. Anybody. I mean, I don't really want to see him fight anyone.
But, dude, anyway, on that subject, it was ridiculous. But Josh Burns is coming up in just a minute or two. And Josh, man, you need to look at his highlights, his bare knuckle when he fought overseas and stuff. And when he fought Mick Terrell. Mick Terrell is a bad motherfucker, dude. I mean, he is like the Russian in my eyes. Josh took every punch he took. The referee was like, oh my God, like that. That's how tough Josh is. But I also want to ask Josh about his fight, his recent fight. Where did he have beef? Because he followed it up, his knockout. And can we look that up right now? His knockout, a recent knockout on YouTube, Josh Burns. Can you look that up and let people see it? Top of Chris, Josh Burns against Chris Sarro, Sarro. He follows his knockout up just like Tiger Woods follows a putt up. Right down there. There it is. I'm going to see if you can get to that right fast.
I don't know if I can get to it quick.
While I'm tagging people, because I didn't do this properly. This is why you don't do like marijuana before shows and stuff. You know, I mean, people don't understand that. But look, I was going to tell you, like now, I've been training, been doing all kinds of stuff. I was in a bloody fight last night, guys. Big bloody fight. It was crazy. Don't want to talk about it right now, but I won. Dude, you got scratch marks on your face. You have some intensity.
The dog fucked me up.
Oh, here you go. Up. Whoa. Whoa. Look at it right there. That's what I want to show it.
I don't have it up yet.
It's crazy how it happens. While I'm tagging everybody, because I'm totally like fucking stoned, dude. But I'm really looking forward to this because I got some good stuff going on. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you, when we talk to all of them, we want to ask them who they want to fight next and everything like that. But we want to find out who they want Jake Paul to fight next too. Because I mean, I'm just curious. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is gonna be it.
Good Lord.
Watch him follow it. Watch him. It was like he followed his putt. Did he not? That's what I'm saying. Bad motherfucker, dude. Bad motherfucker.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Now, look, I'm telling you. And there's the real hell. That's what I was telling you. That's the daggone Mark Coleman right there, man. The fucking beast. Okay, so that's the motherfucker we got on the show. He's following knockouts up like Tiger Woods are following putts up. And look, he's running like his cardio is ridiculous right now. I keep up with him on social media and everything, and it's unreal what he's doing. But it's about to be tagged live so everybody can see. Okay. So yeah, we're good to go now. There we go. Now I'm ready to go now. I got it posted now. All right, so I'm in the mood. Look, hey, first off, before we get to want to know this year, coaching. Let me tell you, my little 3 and 4 year old team, my little 3 and 4 little T-ball team. This is no fucking lie. The other team did not want to show up. They literally tried to forfeit. 3 and fucking 4. We don't even keep score. So they tried to forfeit. We said no. We were worried because I've been practicing 2 days a week. We get there, dude. It was like 15-0. And the other team said my kids should be playing T-ball. And I was like, holy fucking shit. You see this? Look at our hats. That's a pretty badass little hat. That's my team hat. I don't even J, W, K, and A. It's fucking badass, dude. But yeah, just want to know, start the year off. Undefeated. And also, just to let you know, I haven't been social media active. I'm still going to be there April the 30th. Still training. Do we have tickets? Front row, right?
Front row, baby.
Front fucking row. Front row. And I'm just letting Stepping Stone know I'm still here. I'm still here, just hanging out, chilling. But no, on a serious note, man. So I would fucking goddamn, man. I really look at, but Josh, but also let's talk about Billy. Billy, man, Billy reminds me of Roy Nelson, big country. And he's training, he's a top level wrestler. He's training with fucking one of the best jiu-jitsu guys there is. And it's unreal. And his buddy's literally fighting in a marijuana jiu-jitsu competition where he gets a pound of weed if he wins. Where was that in high school? If somebody would have said, hey, if you start doing jiu-jitsu right now, there's a chance you can win tournaments and make pounds of weed. I swear to God, I would have made myself. Look.
I mean, you could win a tournament and just buy a pound of weed. I mean.
It's the point of it is winning it. Imagine just breaking that up, smelling it, going, God damn it, I'm a bad motherfucker.
What if it's dirt?
Oh, no, man, it can't be, man. It can't be. If it's fucking dirt, let me tell you what, I hate some bad weed, though. Man, fucking, like, what does Snoop Dogg say? None of that stems, none of them seeds, none of that. I want that sticky, icky. That's what I'm talking about. But, dude, I'm really excited. And then Lorenzo Hunt, like I said, man, when you pull up his videos, man, the way he punches with, like, intention to kill. Like, heads are going. So we're good. And look, I want to ask him about his fight when he gets done, like what he wants next. Because I was looking at matchups. I heard some people say Marcus Stamps would be a good matchup with him. I was wondering because he fights 195. I think he fights around 205. What about Quentin Henry?
Quentin Henry would be good.
Because, I mean, that's what I want to know, why they're not talking about that. So I got a lot of fucked up shit in my head I'm going to ask people. And, like, I'm really excited. Where they at? Let's do this. Ready to go?
We're going to bring Josh in here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll bring Josh in here. Oh, my God. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you. So, like, doing this, like, radio. Because we got the hammer in the house.
We got the hammer
That's what I was talking about.
We got Josh the Hammer Burns.
All right. This is what we were talking about.
Josh, how you doing?
Doing good, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming on. I know you're training and you're real busy and everything. We was just going to get a little time with you today.
It's all good.
Awesome,
Sunday's my down day, brother, so we're good.
Yeah, I seen all that cardio you doing. Are you planning on running a 5K after your first round fight?
Hopefully I'm doing this shit for no reason at all, and the fight's gonna be done in about 2 minutes. But you always got to prepare for the worst case scenario.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was because the way you're pulling sleds and stuff, I'm having like mental flashbacks. My dad used to do that to me, and I'm like, you're training like, when you're going into your fight, what weight do you plan on weighing in at?
Actually, I'm probably going to weigh the same weight that I was for the last fight, maybe 5 pounds lighter. But as far as cosmetically and aesthetics, I'm going to be a lot different. The fight with Sorrow was just a fucking clusterfuck. I was 285, and they told me I had to be under 265, and I only had like 7 weeks to get there. So I completely abandoned all strength and conditioning and just went all cardio and got into that. What you guys saw was a little bit of a frumpy state. So
I'm glad you said that, because before you came on, we had it up. Was there beef in that fight? Because you were like Tiger Woods. You followed your putt up all the way to the end. That's what we were wondering. All the way. That was one of the best finishes I've seen.
Yeah, it's been drug in the dirt, but at the end of the day, Chris Sorrow went outside. And this is just us, right? We're not live right now, right?
This live.
We're actually live, so you don't have to talk about it. We're live.
Okay. Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's just Chris just went outside the realms of a normal fight arena. You can call me fat, you can call me slow, you can do whatever you want, but don't bring into outside matters, personal matters, family matters, and he did. And unfortunately, he paid the price for that. Just like Coleman says, Hammer House, we keep things professional. We'll do our talking in the ring, and it was just a lot of craziness. In 16 years of my career, I've never had anyone act or do the things that he's done, and hence the reason why when we knocked him out, it was like taking the cork out of the bottle. It was really, you can't put it back in. And I did a lot of things that were unbecoming of myself. But if you ever watch any of my fights, I'm not that guy. But
I know.
It was a lot of built up animosity that we kept chill. And he was taking his pop shots the entire time. And once we saw him in person, taking little shots here and there, backstage, all the stuff. And so I just did the best I could to just be professional, be quiet, just like at the weigh-ins. I mean, you could see at the weigh-ins, that was pretty much a good example of how the entire thing had been gone on. Just him, run his mouth and pop shot. And I was just like, look, bro, we'll just see how long that chin holds up. And obviously it didn't hold up very well.
I remember he said it's going to be a fight, and you were like, I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm glad you brought up Mark Coleman. He's one of my favorite fighters. I remember back in the day when we were watching it on tapes, his fighting and stuff. I mean, what's it like for him to be like a mentor to you? Because, I mean, he is one of the baddest son of a bitches on the planet still. Like, when he walks in a room, he's still the man.
Yeah, no, Mark's always been my mentor, my big brother, and he's always on me like white on rice, because when I played MMA did MMA, MMA was a hobby for me. It wasn't a passion, and he'd always get in my ass because I never trained as hard as I should. I never really attacked it the way I should, and he would always be in me. And but once, I'm a boxing fan first and foremost, and once we got to experience the bare knuckle, it was a passion, and it just went right to where my strengths are, just due to the simple fact that even MMA, you wouldn't find anybody that would stand and bang with me. Maybe pick 2 guys total that would do that. So, and the bare knuckle, they not only do they have to stand and bang with you, I get to hit them with this bare knuckles. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, man. Because like I keep up with and I've been watching. I watched your fights overseas. Why don't they talk about like your fights overseas a lot? Because your fight with Mickey, man, you're one of the toughest people in the world, man. Because did your nose get broken that fight?
Technically, my nose got ripped off. So
that's what I was wondering. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's how it looks.
Yeah. So, and and I love Mick. Mick's a great dude, and it's just he wasn't hurting me. It was just the fact that over there they allowed them to tape their knuckles, and they're smart. You got to. Coleman's always got a saying, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And at the end of the day, they put tape over the knuckle, so every time he touched me, it would rip. It'd grab and rip, grab and rip. And as you can tell,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you get the texture of the tape pulling it.
Yeah. And they have some old school like UK rap over there, and it's not my word. Like, you can literally look up still shots of the fight where his hands raised, or even like, pictures of after the fight, and look at his knuckles. You can see it's not his knuckles. It is the tape that was over the top of him. And that's what was ripping me apart. So
I have to look at that. I watched it last night. I didn't look.
Yeah. Yeah. So and I love Mick. Mick won, he was a better man that night. I started flat. You can't start flat against the best guy in the world, so, and, but, now I think regulations has changed a little over there. They don't have a commission body. It's just those two yahoos that run it, and they do what they want, and so the reason my shit's all down from BKB is just because they're just some sour ass guys, man. I got 6 knockouts, wins over there, and they took it all
that's what
down.
I was saying.
The only thing that you could pull up are my 2 losses, my 2 no contests, and they just leave those up. And in the fact of this whole argument of like who's right, who's wrong, at the end of the day, the character showed, so I don't have to really go much into it. You just go to YouTube, try to look up my fights, type in my stuff, and it'll say it's hidden private, so they took that all down. As soon as I signed to BKFC, they took it all down. So it is what it is. But I just look at it, hey, I'll take the BKB like an amateur career. That's where I started amateur, and that's where I learned the craft, and I learned from some of the best guys in the world over there, like a Mickey Terrell, Harry Miles, guys like that, and Jimmy Sweeney. They all taught me little tricks of the trade, and I come back to the States here, and everyone here, they're in their infancy. America's in its infancy as far as you talking bare knuckle fighting this new era, and I have twice as much experience as anybody, and that includes the top brass at BKFC. I'm not, a Bobby Gunn claiming I got 70 fights that you have no video of, and, shit like that. I legit have stuff you can look up and shit you can find. And then the stuff you can't find, the great thing is I have fans that recorded all these knockouts, and they're slowly coming to me from the UK because they can't stand what BKB is doing. And so the beautiful thing is I'm 1-0. We're moving forward, and, I've got some targets. Obviously I want to get that belt this year. And I think it's going to become a reality.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Because I know I got Mick out there floating around. I didn't know if they were going to try to throw that at you. But you're going to get the win over Beltran and Shoemaker after your fight. You win and everything. That's what they're planning on, right?
Correct. Dylan Kleckler and myself is a title eliminator. So the winner of us fights the winner out of Joey and Sam Shoemaker. And, the way that I see it is, and I predict that Mickey Terrell's probably going to fight AJ Adam Arnold's.
Yeah, I seen that.
So I will, the way that I want it, I want to fight Mick Terrell again, and out of total respect,
For the belt. You want the belt, though, first.
I'll have the belt, and then my first title defense will be calling out Mick, because I think Mick beats AJ. But if not, then I'll call out AJ, and that'll be my first title defense.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Who do you think is going to win between Joey and Sam? Who do you got in that one?
I personally think that Joey Beltran wins that, just because Joey's a volume fighter, and he just overwhelms. And if you watch any of Sam's fights, unless Sam's completely changed how he fights, and you can't really use the Bobo fight because Bobo just stood there. So anyone that's just going to stand there and let you hit him, and I love Bobo. Bobo and I are friends, but he would say the same thing. He just stood there and let the man tee off. And it's, if he fights that way, it just depends. It depends on how Sam fights. If Sam comes out with a new style, then great. Maybe he'll have a chance. But if you watch any of Sam's fights, people at pressure, he doesn't do well. He does not do well under pressure. So, and you see it's just crazy, because I got to see Sam in person, my left fight with Sorrow, because he fought on that card. He's just a little person. They're just a little men. They're little. And, just because you're 6'4", if you got a skinny ass neck that's the size of my arm, trust me, you get a pressure fighter that can hit. Like, I'm willing to test that. I'm sure that's why he keeps that big beard, because you don't see the, in my opinion, it's just not right. I don't know how to explain it. It's a very weird sight to see a taller, he's small, he's not big frame, but he's got skinny little neck. And people claiming that he's some big ass, heavyweight fighter. Nah, it's just not there. Now you look at Joey's got a thicker neck. Joey's a little taller than me, but he does have a thicker neck. He might not be all shredded, but Joey is, he's an OG. His
cardio is unreal. His cardio is unreal. That's why I say he should give a class on cardio, but he probably don't want to give it secret what he does. But his cardio from his whole career has been.
Well, it's very rare, usually Mexican fighters are really successful in the lighter weights, not the bigger weights, you know. And Joey is a successful heavyweight, and he brings that old Mexican grit, that Mexican style grit, which is just unbelievable cardio, punches and bunches, and he just goes the same speed from round 1 to round 5, you know. So I believe that it'll be Joey and I sometime either in September or December of this year fighting for the belt. But I more than welcome the Sam Shoemaker fight, and they both have their own appeal for me. Sam Shoemaker's going to be a fight that I get to put it on him, and I don't care what he does. The guy, he's just not experienced. He doesn't have a lot of experience in the game, period, in the fight game, period. I mean, the guy was fighting amateur up to a few years ago. So, that the amateur fights are a joke. Let's just be honest. I've got 3 golden gloves and 2 silver gloves, and it's night and day different from what I do now. So Joey Beltran would probably be the toughest fight just because of his cardio conditioning. But at the same time, he gives me the most opportunity because he will let me hit him, because that's just Joey's style. Joey's just a tough son of a bitch that's going to come at you. So it'd be my strength versus his. So,
no, I was going to run this by you. Christine Ferreira, Misfit.
Yeah, I know Christine.
Yeah, I was looking yesterday. They're trying to push the Britain Hart fight. You think they're going to? I feel like she's kind of like you. Like a lot of people don't want to fight her. Because I when she's training, my daughters, they look at her because she's training like hard every day, and I'm like, you think they're going to make that fight? Because I mean, she needs a fight, don't she?
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, she needs to be able to be active, and a lot of these girls are avoiding her, and that's a fact. And as far as Britain, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I get in trouble for saying it, I don't care. I've got inside ties in the BKFC, and I can tell you this right now. Literally, Britain Hart's literally complaining and finding excuses why not to fight her. And saying things, whoa, she must be doing stuff, or she's on this, or she's on that. Like, you're making as much excuses as possible. At the end of the day, Christine, everyone's like, well, she just got lucky with a cut. No, if you watch the fight, Christine whooped her ass and cut her with a sweet uppercut that just opened her ass up. So
she just challenged her too, didn't she?
Yep. Well, I don't know. I'm Britain. I don't know if Britain challenged her, but I know that Misfit didn't want anything to do with her because Misfit's like, she's under me. I want something, bigger, better, fat. She wants to progress and move forward. But now the way the company's moving, everything, and Britain, hey, congrats to her. She beat Paige Van Zandt, and
she beat the prom queen. She beat the prom queen.
So so she gets her 15 minutes of fame, and good for her. But she'll get another ass whooping, probably a lot worse this time from Christina, because they're like, well, Britain's she's gotten better. Well, what the fuck do you think the other people are doing?
She reminds me of Tyra.
Everyone, yeah, they're all getting better.
I send Jake videos. Yeah. She's beating her knuckles with hammers. I'm like, she's beating her fucking knuckles with hammers. The Misfit, it deserves. But you know what I wanted? This is what I was going to ask you. Paige Van Zandt says she's got one more fight left, probably, and I think she's going to go back to MMA. If I was BKFC, would it not make sense, instead of bringing somebody big over to try to sell a fight, try to do all that stuff? You got Mike Tyson right here. She just needs somebody to see her. Put her in the fucking ring. Let her knock Van Zandt out in one round. Van Zandt goes back to MMA, and the Misfit's there, and everybody knows who that's how you hype a fighter up. That's what I would do.
Yeah, but you also got to think. So
Van Zandt can take that fight.
Exactly. You got to think this is a business. So, and Paige is here for business purposes. She's a fighter, and she's a hell of a fighter, but she's here for business. And to fight Christina literally makes no sense. I mean, Christina smoked Britain. Britain grinded out a victory over Paige, because I feel bad for Paige, because whoever, that's a big thing that I'm transitioning. When I'm done fighting, I want to be an ambassador for BKFC, because all these fighters, they just don't know what bare knuckles about. Like, you got guys that fight it, and you got Paige before the fight going, well, I fight with MMA gloves, and there's not much difference. I'm like, it is a night and day difference, girl. And she found out real quick. I mean, Britain hit her in the body. You could see Paige's face, like, what the fuck? Like, she didn't know. It's like she didn't expect it. So,
she's like one of them toys that you squeeze and like the eyeballs pop out when you squeeze it. That's how she looked.
Yeah, exactly. And Paige did not get comfortable until probably round 4, and it was too little, too late. So, but the
fact that she lasted that long is impressive.
Well, I personally know there's no way Paige is getting knocked out. Personally, the one thing, if you've ever watched, with UFC, she's a tough son of a bitch. And at the end of the day, this sport is all about heart. So Paige doesn't lack heart. So the problem was she lacked intelligence and practical application to what she was going to do. She had people just blowing smoke up her ass. And it was obvious because a fighter of her caliber, it's going to take a few rounds to catch on. And she caught on, but it was too little too late. So she had proper training. And I feel bad because they come from ATT, all these badasses down. I don't give a fuck. This ain't MMA. This is bare knuckle. So you have to, right. So, so at the end of the day, I don't see Paige doing it just because it won't make sense for her. It won't make sense for her. Why the fuck does she want to get her ass beat twice? You know, and that's what I don't see her beating Christina. And I really don't think Christina even is looking forward to that fight. She wants shit that's going to be practical, that's going to keep her relevant in the sport, not just a big challenge. Show.
Is they throwing anything out there at her since Britain? That's why I was wondering, because all I hear is that Britain's going to do this, and then I'm like, they need to hurry up and fight her because Christina's getting better every day, and she keeps.
That's what I'm trying to say. Everyone's like, "Well, you don't know, Britain's getting better." I'm like, "What the fuck you think Christine's been doing?" Yeah. Like I'm now she's with Gil Martinez, and Gil, one of the best boxing coaches, in the country, in my opinion. And and I trained under Manny Stewart and those guys, and Shug and Bob. And I'm telling you right now, Gil's one of the best, and she's been grinding with him this entire time. So I say that if they were to fight again, I really think that Christina is going to piece her up even worse. But I don't think she's not going to try to end it. I think Christina is going to make her pay. And there's ways of hitting people with bare knuckle where you can make them pay without without taking them out. And I just think Christina might do that for a couple rounds just to make a point.
Hell yeah. But no, I was going to ask, I know you're busy, but what's your prediction on your fight? Like, I know in your head, like your perfect game plan, how do you see the fight going? Because I know he's got good cardio. And he was talking about, but what's your plan on the fight?
Well, I always say this, there is no plan, man. You can't have a plan going into a fight. It's a fucking fight. So what happens is you train for the worst and you hope for the best, and you deal with what's presented. So it's really going to be on how he deals with me. It's not about him, So I'm going to fight the way that I fight, and I'm going to be a pressure fighter like I usually do. I'm going to put hands on him. And I know his cardio is great. And, he looks fucking amazing. I mean, guy looks like a human tank. So, he definitely is a poster boy for, any kind of, fitness magazines, combat sports. He just looks great. But at the end of the day, if you look at it, you can't pull MMA records in just because it's not MMA. But there is certain intangibles you can pull from certain other disciplines where getting hit in the head. So has he been dropped on his ass? Yes, he has multiple times. Were they studs that dropped him? Not really. So, at the end of the day, I've never been dropped. He has been. He's with a new team. He's with a really good team with Commander Zero down there in that jungle gym. So he's got a lot of good support behind him, and he's going to come in ready to fight. If he's smart, which I think they Commander Zero's going to have a really good game plan for him. And, he's got a 5-inch reach advantage. He's taller than me, which everybody I fight's taller and got longer reach. If he's smart, he's going to have a tactical game plan to probably score and move, And for me, it's going to be about hunting. It's going to be a cat and mouse game. But I truly believe as soon as I put hands on his chin, I think it's going to, in my opinion, it's going to wake it up. One of two things. It's either put him to sleep quick, or he's going to realize this is not what he wants. And, I have a lot of respect for him for taking the fight because he didn't have to take the fight. The guy's 2-0 coming up, and he makes a lot of money off ticket sales. This guy's he's a marketing guy, So we'll just see. We'll see what happens in the fight. But, I'm going to be me. I get to come in this fight in better cosmetic shape, and my aesthetics will be on point. I'll feel a lot more comfortable. So if I'm out there 5 rounds, hey, I'm cool with it. I'm not going to be out there like Lazaro where I was embarrassed, taking my shirt off. I felt chubby, shit like that. And people laugh at me. But at the end of the day, this ain't Europe. Europe, they don't care about what you look like. They care about your performance and your technique and how you look. They don't care about your physical stature.
We're in America. We're petty.
We're in America. Exactly. 100%. We're in America. And aesthetics matter. Yep, aesthetics matter. The way you perform matters. How you conduct yourself matters.
They don't care about
it all comes
it's all about
together.
the highlights.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, shit. Look at the Sorrow fight. I mean, I bounced that dude's head off like a basketball on the ground, and 50% of the people said, don't judge a book by its cover, which means I'm fat. And the other 50% were like, oh, fat boy got lucky. So I was screwed all the way around. So.
Hey, we're gonna be there. We got front row seats.
Yeah, we'll be
there.
We'll be ringside.
We're gonna be there, and we'll like get where you get a picture with you afterwards. Maybe get with you after your win and everything for real. Because like straight up, I've been keeping up with you for a minute, and like Mark. Like you get like I was at Halloween when I was a kid. I had a fake belt and I was the Hammer. I swear to God, I'm gonna try to find a picture because my dad was like I don't know what he does, but he just looks so cool. He's got these shoes on TV and he's just picking people up and throwing them down. And I was like, but anyway, man, we're looking forward to the fight and we'll like get with you down there and everything for sure. But thanks for coming on, man, today.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate you guys having me.
Awesome, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Thanks, man.
Right on, guys. Be good now.
Thank you.
Awesome interview, man. I got chill bumps right there.
Oh, yeah.
I got chill bumps. What did he say? He said, I'm just going to attack.
That's what you got to do in bare knuckle, though.
But did you see it?
There's no dancing around, wrapping up. You can't grab. I mean, you have to fucking fight.
He's a very humble guy. If you look, he's a very humble guy.
Oh, boy, what are we doing?
But Tiger Woods,
okay.
Masters, he does the putt. He makes the walk up, and he's pointing at the hole. When he hit him, he took off running full speed. He knew he knocked him out before he hit him. I'm like, holy shit.
I mean, that could be, I don't know. You see that a lot. I mean, Derek Lewis just did that, and he said Herb's got to be faster. I mean, maybe he was just, he played through the echo of the whistle.
He was talking. No, there ain't no whistle in bare knuckle. Once they go on the ground,
hey.
It's over. It's over.
You got to catch him right when he stands up.
It's over. It's over. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's like.
Let's get.
The Wahlburgers mama died today. Just breaking news. Just got a text message.
The Wahlburgers mama. I'm excited for this fight. This whole card.
Dude, I don't want to know who the fuck Tom's fighting, man. That's what I want to know. Because, look, I'm telling you right now. Mark my words here. Y'all are hearing it right now. You're hearing it inside the minds of motherfucking fighting right now. Tom, the motherfucking local ninja. He's going to fight 145, 155. That's what they were saying. If he gets in the 145 class where he can fight guys his size, his boxing is just as good as any boxing out there. And he's tough as nails. Ilmore is way bigger than him. Everybody is 30 pounds bigger than him, realistically. He's been fighting. They're punching it. And you know what? If you look at all his fights, he outboxed Joe. He outboxed you. He outboxed everybody. He just got knocked down because when a guy's bigger than you, shit happens. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping Tom's fight at 145 because I feel like that's going to be his chance to get, you know who? Elmore. Not Elmore. What's his name? Joe. He hates him on our last show.
Jim Allard.
Jim fucking Allard.
He hates Jim Allard.
Look, you need to go. Look, you should go back to one of our regular shows and everything, and you look at Jim Allard shit. He hates fucking Jim Allard. But, you know, we're inside the mind, and look, I'm really looking for Billy's interview because, like for instance, Billy, he don't do bare knuckle, which Billy should do bare knuckle. If you watch his fights, he's big. He reminds me of Roy Nelson. Oh, shit. I didn't talk about our sponsors today.
Come on, coach.
At nighttime, are you ever laying in bed thinking about your erection and you can't get one anymore? Go to forhim.com. Subscribe, and what happens is you can please your wife so she won't cheat on you anymore. Forhim.com. Thanks for my sponsorship of forhim.com. We love forhim.com. But anyway, on a serious note, so we're going to talk about Billy. When we get Billy out, we're going to talk about his big fight. I would have asked him about his buddy Elijah. Elijah's doing rolling for some jiu-jitsu, and the motherfucker, I think he gets a pound of weight if he wins. And like I fucking said, man, I'm sitting here right now. If somebody told me right now at the age of 5, no, we'll say 12. I didn't start smoking weed till I was 15. Age of 15, if you apply yourself right now, you could fight for weed. What would this world do?
You want to introduce Billy?
Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't know it was in here. We got Billy, Big Sexy Swanson in the house.
Billy, how you doing?
Hey, can you hear us, Billy?
Guys? How are y'all?
Excellent. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Hey, man.
Yeah, I
No,
hear
we
you.
were
How
just.
are you guys doing?
Keep talking.
Excellent.
Doing good. You
All
guys
right, man.
doing
We
good?
got to fix our audio right fast. We cut it in. Can you hear us better now?
Through a shitty place. I'm on my way to Waffle House. Give me
Waffle House.
Hell yeah. What do you order at Waffle House?
Champion.
What are you ordering?
I don't know, man. You know, the All-Star is always a classic, but shit, I'm probably going to like load some hash browns down. Y'all were talking about Elijah. You are right. He does win a pound of weed. He'll also be on the magazine of Cannabis Cup. Like it's called the High Rollers 420 tournament. Like the rules are every competitor has to like sit there and be smoking weed and then be high while they compete, and the winner.
Are you fucking serious? Look at this.
A winner.
Put me in, coach.
A pound of medical marijuana that's featured on Cannabis Cup.
Oh yeah,
Jay. All right,
Luna, you gotta get out of
dude.
here.
I'll tell you what, and just let him know he's living a dream right now. Because I didn't know, like it's like my boss. If I work somewhere and my boss said all you can do is smoke weed all day and work, that'd be.
I'd be employee of the month every fucking month.
You know, I mean, it's dangerous, man. Like honestly, like you never know. Some people don't smoke. I personally, my outlook on it is if you weren't meant to have it, you wouldn't have two natural CBD receptors in your body that are already meant to displace it throughout your body. So, past that, but I mean, some people just aren't used to it. So, like, I mean, it's definitely, like I said, you know, if you're not used to smoking, then it's definitely going to change your game, especially if you're used to being completely level-headed.
You got to put some hard. You got to put some hard hours in. You got to train right for that. You got to puff it up. 10 times, 20 times a day.
Well, you know, I mean, like I said, it's a different thing. Plus, I like the idea of it just because it's more of a relaxed setting. Like, I think that too many people, when they compete, they put so much nerves on competition that they're not relaxed. And me and Elijah, literally, excuse my language, we just don't give a fuck. Like, me and
your language is fine here. We're Americans, and we're non-censored here. You can say fuck, shit, anything you want to.
Well, I mean, like, the good thing about, like, me and Eli is we just don't give a fuck, honestly. Like, we'll compete with anybody, no matter how we feel or anything at any time. And, like, I mean, it's been proven time and time again. Like, we'll go out and drink till 3 a.m. at the bar and then do a tag team jiu-jitsu match and dog 2 damn people the next day.
Hey, are you in Chattanooga? Is that where your thing's at?
I'm in Chattanooga, but my fight will be in Rainsville.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. We're right down the road from Rainsville. Is your gym in Chattanooga? You train? You own?
Yes. Well, I used to train at American Killer Bees of Cleveland, Tennessee, and then.
That's why I'm in Tennessee. I'm Tennessee boy.
Well, that gym ended up closing around September, October of last year. And so it kind of left me with the decision of like, you know, I could either put fighting as a hobby and just put it on the back burner, or I could end up, figuring out my own thing and kind of doing my own thing, which like in 4 years time, you know, like that's the sad thing about different martial arts knowledge is you don't get degrees like if I went to school. So, like, if we had different degrees for my knowledge, I've got 16 years of wrestling. I'd have a doctorate in wrestling or more. I'd have a master's in boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and jiu-jitsu because I'm literally about to get my brown belt in jiu-jitsu.
So, are you training under Elijah?
Yeah, man. Elijah has transformed my game. So, like,
it's ridiculous, man. He's amazing.
Well, like the first, 4 years of my jiu-jitsu, I used a lot of my wrestling. So it was like I'd get in a lot of advantage positions because I got the takedown or top, and I really didn't, understand the art off my back. But training with Elijah, man, I roll inverted. I'm catching leg locks from everywhere. I'm shooting that infamous Elijah triangle. Like I find my way to it countless times. And I definitely have to say, man, like mine and his games go completely together because the way that I teach MMA, I teach single legs. I don't like shooting up the center.
I think he froze for a second. I don't say we'll get him back.
A single leg, I'm always outside your guard, outside your center line, so I'm not going to take the strike. But like I said, like mine and Elijah's games, man, they go hand in hand together, and it's just it's beautiful blend. So like that, I don't know, like he's completely helped me.
When do you own your gym? What's your gym hours? Cause I mean, we're literally an hour and 30 minutes from you. I'm asking for myself. What's your gym? No, straight out, I'm being serious. What's your gym hours?
My gym, honestly, man, I opened 3 months ago, but I'm literally open 7 days a week. Monday to Friday, I'm open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. I've got open hours where you could just come in and do your own thing and hit the bag, which I'm there all the time. Or like I've got different classes Monday to Friday. 9 a.m. is a striking class. 10 a.m. is a grappling class. Then children's classes are 3 to 5 in the afternoon, Monday to Friday. And then from 5 to 9, there's just different hour-long classes. Like you might come in and get a fitness kickboxing class that's ran by Jazzy. She's literally graduating college for, like I'm not even going to try and list her degrees because I have no damn clue. but she's in school for fitness and stuff, and she's played a lot of sports. She's about to debut in MMA, and she's also a white belt under Eli, but goes to all these different jiu-jitsu tournaments around the area and subs girls in 5 seconds, just like Eli.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I always think it's unreal. But then I was going to ask you. I mean, your fights, you're the main event, right? That's what you're the main event, right?
I believe so. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe I'm the main event.
That's why the way I've heard, because I've been talking to people, this is kind of like you're bringing your new game out and you're about to show it. And like, how many fights you think you got to get before you can get the call from Bellator or UFC or something like that?
Honestly, I think it's just when Dana decides to pick me up, man. Like, people get. Here's the difference between me and most of these other fighters out here. Most of these other fighters only fight people that they know they can beat. And that's chicken shit. If you look at my record from the time I was a no-name amateur, I've said I was one of the best in the world. And I've proved that time and time again. The only 2 people I've lost to, one guy was Rumble Johnson's fucking training partner.
Oh,
when
shit.
He up for Daniel Cormier.
Yeah.
And then the other guy was he's fought in the UFC twice. Like, so, and when I fought Rumble Johnson's training partner, Denzel, I'd only had 5 months of training. I fought him on 5 months of training, and the guy trained at the damn Black Zillions. So, I'm scared to fight anyone. I'm not scared to fight anyone.
So, for
instance,
the
thing is it's really just these guys got to accept me. Like Jack Swagger for Bellator, he's declined me twice now. He declined me when I only had 1 fight as a pro, and now he's declined me again during COVID when I was guaranteed that fight. Like, these guys are just chicken shits. Like, I mean, here I am having to fight these monsters for chump change because I'm not getting called up to the big leagues. But like, it's like, shit, I want to change my life. Like, give me some money. I don't give a shit who it is. I was watching the fights last night. Andre Arlovski, shit, throw me in there with him. Throw me in there with some of the greats. I promise you, I'll show you how fucking great I am.
See, that's what I was going to say. I've watched a lot of your fights, and I've kept over you. And that's why I told Sam we're going to get a lot of people. I was like, I want to get Billy out. I want to get Billy out because I want to ask him. So that's what I'm saying. So you think you come out here on this performance and you just go down a hammer victory and you make a showing and all that stuff. That's all that matters. But once it gets shared and stuff, people's going to pick you up pretty quick because,
honestly, man, I think my game is completely transformed from anything anyone's ever seen me do. And the reason for that, like, for example, I've got my buddy right here, Eric Olson's in. Like, Eric's had 93 fights all over the world. He's in helping me fine-tune some of my striking, giving me a big guy to literally train with daily whenever the hell I want to. Like
that's what I'm talking about.
That's that country boy mentality, though. You just fight whoever you want.
Look,
I mean, whoever.
like people don't understand. Like that's why I opened my gym in the way I've opened it. I brought the baddest of the bad around, and it's not somebody from 20 years ago going, "Hey, my shit works." No, we were literally slaughtering everybody in the fucking area.
Hell yeah.
They don't want to fight us. Like Eli's having to go and compete 3 and 4 hours away. Hell, he's going across the country to compete because no black belt around wants to fucking go get.
But what? What's up with that, man?
I was all the black belts in the area when he was a damn blue belt. Like, I mean, that's the reality. Is like we're not a little think we know how to fight type of gym. Like we know what the fuck we're doing. And
that's what I keep up with Elijah's stuff on social media. He had, what was that black belt that turned down? He said he would fight him, and then he followed him, and then he turned him down. Was it Stoner? Is that his last name, Stoner?
Yeah, something like that. Like, man.
Yeah, they'll call him out, but then they don't accept the fight.
But can't walk the walk. I
That's
can't
what I was saying.
man. Like there's these guys that'll pull out of fights, for example, because their back hurts. Like, what type of chicken shit is that, man? I showed up to fight Terrence Hodges' big ass with an ankle that I knew if I kicked him in the fucking knee, I wasn't going to be able to walk again. Like, that's the reality. Is like these guys out here who want to fight, they think that you got to be 100% and all this horse shit. Like, man, these guys are chicken shits, really. Like, you know, like I've never felt 100% in any of my fights. Guess what? I show up and I get the fucking job done. Like, that's the difference between me and other people. I don't have to be the best athlete. I don't have to have the most experience. But I promise you, unless you knock me unconscious, which is getting harder to do by the motherfucking day, like, unless you put me to sleep, I'm going to come after you. I'm going to try and hurt you. Like, people get in these fights, and that's what they don't understand. Is like most people will give you a second to breathe. I'm always in your face. I'm never taking a step back. You hit me hard, I'm still fucking there. Like people don't like it. That's why Jack Swagger's running scared.
So the guy you're fighting coming up in the AFC, have you watched any film on him or anything? Like what? I mean, everybody's got predictions, but in your head, I mean, because I have predictions in my own head too. What do you see how that fight's going to go?
Well, man, honestly, I think I knock him out. Like, you know, no shit talk to the guy. Like, I mean, he just doesn't have the experience I have. Like, and, you know, that's the reality. Is people don't understand. Like I said, I've got 16 years of wrestling. First off, if you can't stop a fucking takedown, you're up shit's creek without a paddle. Like, you better spend some damn time in the wrestling room before you fucking come try and fight me. Past that, dude, my striking between what I've learned from American Killer Bees and just different people that I brought in, Warren Thompson, Sergio Cuna, you know, like I've got events that I've gotten countless hours of training with. Like, people don't understand that I'm not just a wrestler. Like, and then past that, I'm almost a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, I'm mastering these other arts because guess what? What I preach to people is just almost like Bruce Lee, like be like water. It's your fluidity. Like, It doesn't matter what position you put me in. I'm going to be comfortable. I'm going to be ready, and I'm going to have some fucking options to put you to sleep from there.
Yeah, you know,
like they said when I fought John Hall, they said if I tried to stand with him, that I was going to get knocked unconscious, that there was no chance in hell Billy Swanson would beat John Hall on his feet. Knocked him out. Like, I've subbed people when I was a white belt that were purple belts. Christian Eccles. Like,
I already know all that. Yeah,
a big guy that can grapple, in my opinion, is fucking terrifying.
That can throw.
It is fucking terrifying.
Rory Nelson.
The thing is I'm so comfortable on the ground that I've gotten to the point where I get to throw whatever the fuck I want on my feet. I ain't scared of shit. And now, unlike any fight before, I've got it all figured out. My diet's right. I'm training hard. I'm literally, I've got the partners. Like, I mean, it's all going great for me. So, like, this is the most clear I've ever been for any of my fights, which is very scary for my opponent. Like, I've never shown up this ready. Like, hell, I've been at weight for 3 months before this fight. Most of the time, I'm cutting 30,
weeks
40
ago.
fucking pounds. To
We're gonna be there. We're gonna got tickets and everything. We're gonna be there.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, I've got connections now to possibly fight overseas. To like all I've got to do is just get back active, and that's
what I was saying.
Like like I said, like the reason I've taken this 1.5-year layoff is because I was promised a damn Bellator fight that never turned into shit. Like I mean, like I said, I just don't understand these guys who only fight people that they know they can beat. Like that's chicken shit. Like the whole point of the reason you compete is to challenge yourself. And if you win, hey, you know where you're at. If you lose, guess what? Like, you got shit to work on. Like,
that's crazy.
The whole reason we do martial arts, don't get me wrong, stacking the accolades is great, but it's for self-defense. And so you don't get knocked the fuck out here on the street and get your face stomped in. Like, people don't understand that shit. And then like I said, I love the people who are like, oh, I wish I could do what you do. Just show the hell up. Like, consistency is what makes people great in this. They say the wolf climbing the mountain is hungrier than the one on top. And that's because people stop doing the little things. They stop grinding. Like, I love that I learned my mentality from Saudi Daisy Wrestling. My coach, Steve Henry, drove it in.
Saudi Daisy, holy shit. I haven't heard that in forever.
I'm just saying, man, I'm from a small town, and that's that's what's made me who I am.
So you're from Saudi Daisy?
Yes, I was a state champion. I took second my junior year. I was ranked in the nation. Like, honestly, my senior season was arguably one of the best Saudis ever had.
I'm from Taft, Tennessee. I went to Lincoln County, and we played Saudi Daisy one time in the playoffs and football and stuff. And I remember that was a long fucking trip, and God damn, it was cold as hell that night. I remember that.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there.
So, like I said, man, honestly, I feel great right now. Like, my body, I feel 100%. I'm in great shape. Like, and all I'm doing is I'm already at weight. All I'm doing is fine-tuning my knowledge until I come to fight. Like, I promise you, this is going to be the most relaxed and flowing anybody has ever seen me in the cage. And if I decide to put him out in one hit, hey, who knows? We'll see if he stands the test.
You should start a GoFundMe account for charity.
Showcase my movement and my flow. Like I honestly don't think he's ever going to be able to get me in a dangerous position. Like, I've got too many options. Like, and that's the reality of it. They say, like having that many options. Like, how I can attack your legs. I can strike with you. I can choke you the fuck out.
Hey, you got so many options, man. And what you should do is for charity, you should start a GoFundMe account and let people pick what move they want you to finish him with. And whoever raises the most money, that's the move you finish him with. I mean, that's what you do. Hey, because look, man, you're fucking like the new age Roy Nelson. Like people, you're gonna have a following. You pop this guy. I can see it because I can see. I mean, your nickname is Big Sexy. You know what I mean, they have. That's a big. You're gonna be a draw. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and that's the thing, man. There's people around the area that will act like they've helped build me and all sorts of shit, man. I've slaughtered every monster that they've brought in front of me. Like, if we start with my first amateur fight, I fought a dude who had 15 fights, was the regional champion, and then outweighed me by 43 pounds in his hometown, and I beat him by unanimous decision. Then my third fight, I fought a guy from the Black Zillions. My fourth fight, I fought Ben Rowland, who was 6-0, and it knocked everybody out in the area. Nobody wanted to fight him, and I made him look funny. Beat him by decision. Then I come back from that. I fought Stan McAlpin. I've come back from that. I beat Justin Gooden. Like I've just beat time and time again the local hero. And it's like, shit, pick me up. I'm ready to beat the world heroes. I'm ready for my name to,
Are you looking at names out there in different organizations? Are you got names out there? Because I know.
I'll put it this way. And it's funny that y'all asked me this because I said it to the people in my gym. I'm going to get a picture of Francis Ngannou and put a target on his face and put it up at my gym because everybody says that's.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's who I'm hunting. I'm tired of people fearing other people for my credibility. Like, I promise you I'm the greatest in the world.
Hey, look, man, if you read the book Think and Grow Rich, people don't want to talk about it. You got to look at it, you visualize it, and it comes. And a lot of people will be like, oh, yeah, it's stupid. But you got to believe it to get it. And I'm all for that. I'm the same way. I tell my kids all the time in their sports, I'm like, whatever you she might be 3-year-old, but you fucking better be the best goddamn 3-year-old out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, people don't understand. Like, when you get locked in that cage with me, I'm hunting you. Like, I'm hunting you the whole
chill,
time.
boss, man. You made me put my blunt down. Hey, up there in Chattanooga, do y'all do kid classes?
Yeah, man, 3 to 5, Monday to Friday. Like, honestly, like right now, because our numbers are still a little bit down, we haven't really taken off the gi jiu-jitsu side. So right now, our kids' classes are more mixed martial arts based, and then, like, instead of just making parents pay me for gis and pay for belts and all that shit, I'd rather the children actually learn what they're doing. Like, I've got kids that are coming in because they've been being bullied in school. They want to lose weight. And, like, it's a great feeling to me to be able to help bring some of these kids out of their shell and let them grow into young men, young women who, like, have confidence. And, like, I can't stress that enough to people. That's why you need to get into martial arts, is it builds your confidence. Like, you learn your limits and you learn how to push past them. The saying is, if it doesn't challenge you, you don't grow from it. So, like, you know, people are too busy. They only want to do shit that they're comfortable doing. Okay? Like,
that
I
is
only
true.
want to do what I'm good at. Well, the only way you get better is to do the shit you suck at. Do it enough until you get good at it. Like, people they can't put their ego to the side, especially men. Men are the world's worst, and they are driven by ego. So they will not do something that they suck at and aren't being praised at. So, like, you know, like, that's the thing. If you suck at it and you're at least being patted on the back, you'll keep doing it. Like, and that's the reality, man. Like, that's the atmosphere that I have, is everybody's encouraging. Everybody's pushing one another. We're all, no one's really discrediting anyone else's knowledge. Like, we're literally, like, we're all trying to build each other. And, like, and the great thing is it's with some of my best friends are my coaches. Like, Joseph Long, I've trained with that guy for 6 years. Like, Elijah Carlton, he's literally one of my best friends. Jazzy, she's a best friend. Like, I mean, I've opened a gym where not only are we the baddest of the bad, but it's my close friends. So it's like I'm literally going to school and hanging out every day. That's why I called it college. Like, you know, like,
you gotta go. I'm telling you, because, like, my daughters, they were taking, right during the pandemic, they were taking jiu-jitsu up here in around the Huntsville area, and that kind of stopped. And we're only like an hour away, but, like, I keep going. No, I like what you're saying, because like how you're talking and stuff, because everybody's all about the gis, everybody's all about and all that stuff.
Man, look, if I lived up in New York, I'd be like, oh yeah, let's do the gi, because a lot of people wear fucking jackets. But I live in Saudi Daisy, Tennessee. Hell, half these motherfuckers wear wife beaters. How am I going to choke a guy in a wife beater?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I love it, man. Because I'm going to ask you about it. I'm going to send you some messages on that. Because I might actually come down there, because, like, I've been looking for a guy to beat me up and wrestle me down there, Jake.
Yeah, man, come on, dude. Honestly, like, man,
Hey, dude, I've been challenged, man, like crazy. Like, I go to Rocket City Box. Like, I did Tough Man contests back in the day, and we used to cut up, and, like, he beat the shit out of me the other day. But, like, I go to Rocket City Boxing Gym and spar, and I ain't gonna give the guy his name. He's a bare knuckle guy, and he does MMA, and he always throws. Sam, he's from Georgia, but he's challenged me and everything. And I'm like, Tennessee said all I gotta do is take the mental test and the blood work, and they'll approve me. And I would like to let you come beat the shit out of me. I'm not gonna give you the guy's name on the air because he's a fucking tool. He's a fucking
hell, dude, come on down and train. Like, honestly, like I said,
hey, I'm serious.
Like, it's about, dude. That's one thing. I've been a part of a couple different gyms, man, and I've cross-trained at a lot of different gyms, so I've seen the good and the bad of different places. And, like, that's the thing. It's like the whole reason I have a gym is so I don't have to go work 18 fucking hours so I can train 4. Like, instead, I spend 18 hours a day in the gym. This is what I love to do. It's who I am. Like, you know, it's funny. I tell people all the time. I was told when I was a little kid, fighting would never solve my problems. Look at me, fucking now. Like,
That's your quote.
It solves all my problems. People don't want to fight me, so they work with me. Like, you know, like no, that makes me sound like a bully.
Well, awesome. I know you're about to eat. I know you're about to eat stuff, but is there any like sponsors or any like your social media you want to throw out here? We're gonna be in the house. We'll get you an interview there. I'm gonna private message you for sure. But any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, man. I'd like to shout out the different sponsors I got. I got Cagle and Associates, Monkey and Meat, Upholstery, Diamonds Billiards Club, R3 of Chattanooga, Shelter Insurance with Josh Ray, Pizza Bros of Chattanooga. I believe that's it. I think so. Oh, and Tennessee Brown Bag Jerky, man. Some of the best jerky.
Oh.
You're gonna have to try that when you come.
Oh yeah,
dude. I know what dude. You got the link. Send it to us, and we'll get some. Because look, man, I'm telling you what, straight up, Taft, Tennessee. We're getting our own fucking new dollar store. Taft, Tennessee, 300 people coming soon. We got a Dollar General. That's how small we are. So we're Tennessee people. Even though I don't like the balls in football, I'm a Bama guy because I was on the state line. But I'm Tennessee.
No, man, I'm telling you right now, this is some of the best jerky I've ever had. It's like it's
coming from Big Sexy.
It's a good buddy of mine that he started the business like right towards the beginning of COVID, and like it started to take off. And honestly, like, man, I think before long it'll be sold like fucking all over the country. Like, it's some of the best jerky I've ever had.
Send us the link. Tell him to send us the link, and we'll eat some jerky out there and talk about it. Cause I love some big jerky, man. Straight up.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
Straight up, man. But we're looking forward to your fight. Huge fans, man. And we're with Big Sexy right here. And
get you a chocolate, whatever you order at Waffle House. Add on a chocolate chip. Get a chocolate chip peanut butter waffle. Just add it on there. You won't be disappointed.
That's what my girlfriend.
Yeah, you know. You already know.
As soon as you said that, she said, "That's what I'm doing."
That's the best one.
And tell Elijah to come on one night and smoke a blunt with us, and we'll talk to him about it.
Yeah, no, man. Like I said, I think that's what we're doing more than most people, man. Is we're just getting our names out there. We're not scared to compete against these big name people. We're not like we're on that level. Like I think that's why a lot of people don't really know us compared to some of these other people, is because these people are being pussies and won't compete against us because they know they're going to lose. Like, it's like Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger needs to grow a sack, bro. You fight in Bellator. Fight me.
Where's his social media at? What does he follow? Where does he interact with us? Because look, you got the king of trolls right here. And
well, I'm going
to ask you.
His name is like Jake Hager, but he was on WWE. He goes
that guy.
Swagger.
Are you talking about that guy?
That guy has declined me
Holy
twice.
Shit.
He has declined me twice. I was guaranteed his next fight for 6 months when COVID first fucking shut us down. And then as soon as they opened back up for Bellator, they offered him me. He said, "I'd like to explore other options." You're a pussy, Jack Swagger. Fight me.
This when you get off the air, Google what swag came from. And when you Google what swag came from, he would never want to be called Swagger again.
Well, I don't care. I'm Big Sexy, and I'll beat his ass.
Hell yeah. We'll let you go. Make America sexy again.
Yes, sir. Hey, you guys have a good day. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you at the fight.
Thank you. Dude, we're going to have to totally Jack Swagger, man. I didn't know it was that Jack Swagger. He was WWE Jack Swagger.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Google Jack. Look, he's in Bellator. This is Bellator. Last year, they offered him a Bellator fight. They told him it was going to be sometime later on the year. And Swagger was like, pandemic. And he just basically back. So basically, he gave up a year of his life. But guess what happened? You heard what he's training with. And look, man, Google like how he did jiu-jitsu. He's in all these little competitions. Literally, they come out to the ring. I'm not lying, every one of them. And they come out and they all look at him, and he just lays on his back. And they come over there, he grabs their leg and flips them up, and within 1 minute, every time. I don't think he loses anything. He's that good. And if Billy's a Division I wrestler. Billy's a top wrestler. Oh, shit, we froze again. I don't know, Lorenzo. I think we got our times mixed up. I know he's training, but let me check to see if he messages because we're supposed to get him at 1. This dude just sent me a picture. It said, "It's got to be a spam." I can't say this on the air.
Let's wrap it up.
Well, I don't know if Lorenzo's coming on.
Nah, he missed his boat.
No, dadgummit. But anyway, we'll get.
If we get him, we'll hop back on.
We'll get him. But anyway, Billy Swanson, you got to check him out, dude. I'm telling you, like I said,
Josh Burns.
Well, I'm just saying, but Billy, on his point, you see the hunger. He's training 18 hours a day.
I mean, he literally trains people and then gets trained and then beats the shit out of people and then repeats it.
And I mean, he literally in his.
That's it.
I really believe, like, if Francis walked into the gym today and said, "Let's go around," he would. What do you want to put? 16 ounce. What do you want to do? Bare knuckle. I really felt that. So that, and we got Josh and everything. Like, hey, it's gonna be. But anyway, but we must have missed out on the time with Lorenzo. It might have been my fault. I had a late night last night. I don't really know what happened. You got anything else, Jay?
No. We'll see y'all soon.
Peace. Deuces.